Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Today we look at 4 members of a drugs gang who plotted to flood the streets of Tyneside with up to £2.7 million worth of cocaine have been jailed for a total of more than 38 years. Large amounts of the Class A drug were ferried from Liverpool to the northeast in a conspiracy spanning more than a year. A court heard the 2 head honchos are on the run, but now 4 gang members have been sentenced at Newcastle Crown Court. Nicholas Castledon, Paul McGovern and Dean Ware were convicted by a jury of conspiracy to supply cocaine, while Anthony Carr pleaded guilty to the charge. Mr. Carr and Mr. Ware, both from North Shields, also admitted producing cannabis. The men had been arrested following a year-long investigation by the North East Regional Specialist Operations Unit. Detectives spent months using covert surveillance, during which they witnessed drug deals taking place. A number of searches were carried out following the arrests, which saw officers seize high-purity cocaine. It was later estimated by police that the street value of the drugs could have been worth as much as £2.7 million. Nick Dry, prosecuting, said the Crown was put on the basis that the conspiracy was headed by Leslie Malden and John Mullally, who both absconded following charge and remain at large. Essentially, Mr. Mullally, based on Liverpool and the closest to the original source, was providing wholesale amounts of cocaine to the Malden crime group, which included trusted lieutenants Mr. Ware and Mr. Carr. It is submitted that the seizure of 4 kilograms at 86% purity is representative of the amounts being sourced from Mr. Mullally on the occasion of his meetings with Mr. Malden, Mr. Ware and Mr. Carr. Mr. Castledon, 42, of Manor Way, Peterlee, was jailed for 12 years. Mr. McGovern, 46, of Liverton Avenue, Gisborough, was jailed for 10 years. Mr. Ware, 54, of Albanian Road, North Shields, was jailed for 10 years. Mr. Carr, 39, of Redesdale Road, North Shields, was jailed for 6 years and 8 months. Following the sentencing, Detective Chief Inspector Paul Colling said the length of the sentences reflected how big a conspiracy it was. He said these sentences are the result of hard work and an extensive investigation by our specialist detectives. To see these men put behind bars for such a significant period of time is very satisfying, and the streets are a safer place without them. They were a sophisticated and organised criminal organisation who thought they would get away with their crimes even during the trial. DCI Colling added, "Cocaine is an incredibly addictive drug which causes untold physical harm to those who abuse it. Not only does it ruin the lives of those who use it, but it has a devastating social impact on our communities. With these men behind bars, we have been able to prevent those drugs from flooding our region and means the northeast is a safer place to live." Ian Malarkey from Mr. Castledon said he had no links to the original source of the drugs in Liverpool and that his involvement in the conspiracy. He added, "There's no evidence of him enjoying any sort of lavish lifestyle, benefiting to any significant degree. He is a hard-working man." Mr. McGovern's barrister said he is a grandfather who was the carer for his poorly mother and said he only had contact with Mr. Castledon. The court heard Mr. Ware had known Mr. Malden for a long time and had got involved in something totally out of his depth. His barrister said he has 2 sons and has always been thoughtful and caring to his family and has worked as a HGV driver. David Combe for Mr. Carr said of the father of 3 who had worked offshore, his vice was gambling and he acquired debts which he was not able to meet, so he was persuaded from time to time to carry out certain favours which amounted to participation in the conspiracy. So what are your thoughts about this Tyneside drugs conspiracy, which saw the gang receive a total of more than 38 years in prison? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.